If you've been Googling Cincinnati suburbs and you have kids, Mason keeps coming up, and there's a reason for that. Mason City Schools is one of the top-ranked school districts in Ohio, and for a lot of families who are relocating to Cincinnati or thinking about where to upsize, that's the conversation starter and sometimes the conversation ender. But I want to give you more than just the school ranking because Mason is a whole lifestyle decision, not just a school district decision. And I think some people move here knowing exactly what they're getting, and some people move here and are a little surprised by what it actually feels like day to day. So let's talk about it honestly. I'm Leah Joos. I'm a real estate agent here in Cincinnati, and I work with a lot of families going exactly through this decision. Where do we land, and is Mason the right call for us? Let me walk you through what I actually tell them. Mason is about 25 miles north of downtown Cincinnati, out in Warren County. And the first thing to note is this is suburban. Like fully suburban. Master plan neighborhoods, newer construction, wide roads, good sidewalks, nice park. It's clean, it's safe, it's well organized. If you're coming from a dense city and you want that urban energy, that walkable feeling, Mason's not going to give you that. You're going to drive to most things. And that's not a criticism, it's just the reality. And I'd rather you know it up front than moving here expecting Oakley. What Mason does give you is space. Space in the home, space in the yard, space in the community. It's a neighborhood built around family life, and it does that very well. It's also a community that attracts many families from other states and even other countries who are often relocating up the corporate corridor on 71. So if you're looking for a place with a little less of that common Cincinnati question of where did you go to high school, Mason might be for you. Okay, schools. This is why most people are watching this video, so let's dig in. Mason City Schools consistently ranks in the top 5% of schools in the state of Ohio, and it's not a fluke. It's the result of a district that is well-funded, well-run, and takes academics very seriously. Strong test scores, strong AP programs, strong extracurriculars. The high school sends kids to excellent colleges at a high rate. And here's what I want to say that most real estate videos won't tell you. The school ranking matters most if your kids are going to engage with what the district offers. Mason schools are rigorous and they are competitive. For some kids, that is the perfect environment. For other kids, that pressure isn't the right fit. I'm not saying don't move here. I'm saying know your kid. Mason also has a strong reputation for offering comprehensive special education and support services with an emphasis on inclusion and personalized learning. If that's of importance to your family, that fact is worth considering. The other thing worth knowing, the Mason City School District covers more than just the city of Mason itself. It also includes Deerfield Township. So if you find a home you love in Deerfield Township, you're still in the Mason School District. That actually opens up your search a little bit because there are some great options in that area that buyers sometimes overlook, assuming they're outside the district. Elementary through high school, the district has a real track record. And for families where schools are the top priority, Mason's hard to argue with. Housing in Mason runs roughly $360,000 on the lower end. Think older ranch or split level home, good bones, probably needs some updating, up to $800,000 and beyond for larger construction homes in the more established subdivisions. The sweet spot most buyers land in is somewhere between $450,000 and $650,000. That should get you a solid 4-bedroom home, 2,500 to 3,500 square feet, a 2-car garage, and a finished basement in many cases. And if you're coming from a market where a 4-bedroom costs $1.2 million, this is going to feel quite different. One thing that makes Mason attractive for move-up buyers specifically is the newer construction options. That's not always an option in places like Hyde Park where inventory is mostly older homes. Resale is very strong in Mason. Families keep coming. The school district drives that very consistent demand. So if you're thinking about this from an investment standpoint, that's a real factor. Homes move quickly when they're priced right, especially anything under $550,000 in good condition. So if you're relocating, plan to be ready to move fast. Day to day in Mason. Here's what you're working with. The Mason-Montgomery Road corridor has basically everything you need in terms of retail and dining. There's a Whole Foods, tons of chain restaurants, some local spots mixed in. There's coffee shops and gyms. It's not a walkable Main Street kind of thing. You are driving, but you're not going without. As far as local restaurants, a few of my favorites in Mason are Twin Cities Pizza for, you guessed it, Wildflower Cafe for locally sourced ingredients and a chef-driven menu, and Phoenician Taverna for delicious Mediterranean food. Recently opened in Mason is the Dayton-born Dorothy Lane Market. This grocery store is a mecca for specialty and prepared foods. Think sushi bar, dinners ready for pickup, fresh seafood, or even sneak away for one of their wine tastings at their bar. The Mason Community Center is legitimately one of the better community centers in the region. There's pools, fitness centers, classes, programming for children year-round. A lot of families factor that into their decision. And then Kings Island. I know that probably sounds like a trivial thing to mention in a neighborhood video, but if you have kids or you're a thrill seeker, having a major amusement park 10 minutes from your house is actually kind of a big deal. Season passes, summer evenings, family traditions. People who grow up in Cincinnati talk about it. Ask me about Smurf cones. And finally, did you know Mason is home to a world-class tennis center? Every year, the Cincinnati Open draws the top tennis players from around the world to play in August, right before the US Open in New York City. It is my very favorite summer event and a chance to watch the greats play. I've seen everyone from Andre Agassi to Serena Williams and more recently Coco Gauff and Carlos Alcaraz play. It's an incredible feeling to have top sports in a recently renovated facility right in your backyard. Commute-wise, downtown Cincinnati is about 30 to 35 minutes in normal traffic on Interstate 71. Not bad for what you're getting in terms of space and schools. And a lot of the major corporate employers, Western and Southern, various Kenwood corridor offices are closer to 20 minutes away. Mason itself has a growing corporate footprint too. So let me be direct, because that's more useful than a sales pitch. Mason is probably the right move if schools are your top priority, full stop. You have kids or you're planning to, and you want to be in the best districts in the state. You want more home for your money than the closer in Eastside neighborhoods. You're okay with, or actually prefer, a quieter suburban lifestyle. You're considering a newer home and you want options. You're relocating for work and your employer is in the Northern Corridor. Mason is probably not the right fit if walkability and a neighborhood social scene matter a lot to you. You want to be close to downtown or over the Rhine on a regular basis. You don't have kids and schools aren't a factor, or you want older home character, smaller streets, a more established feel. There's no shame in either answer. Some of my clients look at Mason and say, this is exactly what I want. And others visit and realize they need to be closer into Cincinnati. Both of those are absolutely fine. You just need to know which one you are before you buy. Mason rewards families who want to plant roots and stay, and the lifestyle is built around just that. And it works really well for the people it's built for. Okay, that's Mason. Top schools, more space, newer construction, strong resale. It's a real option. And for the right family, it's a fantastic place to land. If you're comparing Mason to other suburbs, say Anderson, Loveland, Montgomery, I have videos on those too. And if you're a move-up buyer trying to figure out whether Mason makes financial sense for your specific situation, I made a free move-up buyer's guide that walks through the numbers. Link is in the description. Drop your questions in the comments. I read everything, especially if you're trying to decide between Mason and somewhere else. I'm happy to help you think through it. I'm Leah Joos. If you're moving to Cincinnati and want someone who knows these neighborhoods to help you find the right one, I'd love to talk. Link is below. See you in the next one.